Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson, we're going to learn the third and final page of El Matador by composer Melody Bober. Let's come to the piano to get started. Let's check out measure 29 here in El Matador. Can you tell me what note the right hand starts on? We're one ledger line above treble staff, which puts us on this high treble A. And what's the first note the left hand plays? Left hand's also on an A, 3 octaves down. So now our hands are quite far apart. I'd like you to pause the video and on your own, will you learn measures 29 all the way through 35. You'll notice a lot of these patterns are the same as what we've learned before, but I'd like you to watch for differences. Like, for example, our right hand starts off 1 octave higher. Does it stay there the whole time, or is there another place the right hand moves? Watch carefully for each note and learn this section on your own, and then press play and we'll check it out together. So hopefully you notice this section starts off with the right hand 1 octave higher. Otherwise, just the same as what we did before. And then the right hand drops down. If that matched what you played, great job. If you need more practice with it, you can always pause. Otherwise, let's go on and look at the next measure. All right, let's check out this next measure, 36, because there's some really interesting things going on here rhythmically. Probably notice all these 16th rests. Remember, with these 2 flags, that's called a 16th rest, which will get just 1/2 of our 8th note beat. Remember, because we're in 6/8 time, an 8th note equals 1 beat, so a 16th note or 16th rest will get half of a beat. So this 8th note occurs on beat 1. And then because of this 16th rest, this note comes on the second half of beat 1, or the and of 1. It's also because of this extra little beam. 2 beams make this a 16th note. So 16th rest, 16th note, 1 and. So notice left hand plays while the right hand rests. Then right hand plays while the left hand is still holding. So we'll go left, right, and then here's beat 2. Notice that on beat 2, the right hand rests again, followed by a 16th note on the and of beat 2. Well, notice what's happening is we're going back and forth, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand on 1 and 2 and 3 and. So these 16th rests are basically shifting all these right hand notes over half of a beat to create this back and forth pattern, 1 and 2 and 3 and, which continues out through the rest of the measure. Let's try tapping this rhythm. We'll go this fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Try it with me. It's just back and forth. Ready? Go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Just left, right, left, right, left, right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Let's try to play it. Okay, can you find where to place your hands for measure 36? Show me on your piano. Your left hand finger 5 should be down on this low A, and the right hand is playing. What kind of interval is this? If you said minor third, you're correct. Look, we have a whole step plus a half step. So C sharp to E is a minor third. Now, can you try? Makes a really cool sound, huh? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Now you try. Now what happens in measure 37? Can you figure out these first 3 notes of the left hand? As we had an A, it goes up a 4th and up another 3rd. What interval do you see between D and F? If you said minor 3rd, you're correct. Another minor 3rd. And the right hand is playing which 2 notes? Can you show me on your piano? If you're playing D and F, you're correct. Also a minor 3rd up here in the right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Now try measure 37 on your own. Go. So let's put 36 and 37 together. Now pause and work on those two measures on your own, then press play to go on. Now, can you learn measures 38 and 39 on your own? Once again, look for what's the same to what we just did and what might be different. Notice those little details. Pause to learn it on your own, then press play to go on. Now, let's analyze measures 40 and 41. What chord does the left hand start with here? Can you show me on your piano? We have a skip below ground G on E, and then a fifth up. From that gives us an E and B chord. And then you'll see all these notes going up. RH for right hand, LH for left hand, RH for right hand. So our hands are going to cross over each other, going up this arpeggio. Can you figure out what arpeggio is being played right here? Analyze these notes. Pause if you need more time to figure it out. Otherwise, let's take a look at it. We have an E, G sharp, B. And then left hand crosses over E, G sharp, B. Right hand comes under E, G sharp, B. This is an E major arpeggio. E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, B. So going back to the start of measure 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And notice I'm holding down the damper pedal because of the damper pedal marking underneath. Makes a really great sound. Pause to practice measures 40 and 41. Remember, you'll have left hand cross over, right hand comes through. Pause to work on that, and then press play to go on. Now we're ready for the last two measures of this piece. Let's do some chord analysis. Every chord where I've drawn a box, can you pause the video and analyze, figure out the name of each of these chords? Then press play and we'll check it out together. Okay, this first chord is an A minor triad. Notice we've got these three ledger lines, A, C, E, which spells ace. The top three ledger lines of treble staff spell ace. So that's an A minor triad, bum, ba, bum, and then a G major triad, F major triad, back to G major, and then because that C sharp in the middle now gives us an A major triad. What do you notice about these triads down in the left hand? Can you tell me what's happening? What's this one? If you said A minor, you're correct. The left hand is simply 2 octaves apart from the right hand. Now, can you figure out what notes the left hand is playing here at the end? What's the letter name for this note? If you said A, you're correct. And then line, 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 plus a space down makes this an octave interval, bringing us down to this very low A. And then when you see 8 VA written below a note, that means take it an octave down. So instead of these notes, we're going all the way down. Oh, we get to play the very lowest note on our piano today. Pretty exciting. All right, and we have a staccato and accent, so a very dramatic finishing to the end. Notice the right hand also comes down to bass staff, and so the right hand will play this A, while the left hand plays these two A's all together for the finale. We're fortissimo, so we're playing with great strength, and molto ritardando means slow down a lot here at the end. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Boom. So let's find your position for these last two measures. Left hand is right here, lining up with middle C, and then right hand 2 octaves higher on these A minor triads. Fortissimo, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and Pause to practice those last two measures on your own, then press play to go on. Now, on your own this week, I'd like you to really focus on this last page of El Matador and really make it confident. A great way to practice, as you know, is using the metronome, starting at a slow, adagio, comfortable speed. This is 88. You might start that slow and then gradually increase one speed at a time when you can play it confidently with no missed notes and no pauses. Work in short sections. Try to play each little section 3 times in a row, no missed notes, before you go on to the next section. If you're making a mistake in the same place every time, stop and try and fix just that measure. Do it 3 times, 5 times, no missed notes, and then go back, zoom out to bigger sections till you can link them all together. Great work learning the final page of El Matador by Melody Bober. Happy practicing, and see you next time. Hey, Scuba. Yeah? What do you call a sleeping bull? I don't know. A bulldozer. You should be charged for that joke, you know.